So today we're going to talk about the follow through on the serve. Okay, so it's very important that we follow through, because what happens is if we don't follow through when we hit the ball, we're going to slow down and we're not going to hit all the way through. So what happens is if you're hitting an object and you're punching it, you're going to go ahead and you're going to strike the object, you're going to hit it, and then you're going to continue forward. So if I were punching someone, basically a punch is a big push. The person is here, I would push, and then I will continue through. That's the follow through. I don't come right to the object and stop, because then I won't really push the person. I need to push through. So when we have our follow through, we need to make sure that once we strike the ball, we don't just stop, which many players would do because they're worried about getting the ball in. And that is going to cause some problems because we need a certain amount of pace, believe it or not, to get the ball in. So we need some power to get the ball over the net. And we get in a situation where we get nervous about hitting the ball and we stop the follow through. We need to absolutely follow through. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I see a lot of times. We have players that would come and they strike the ball and they stop because they're worried about the follow through. So what happened is when I go up to hit the ball, just before I hit the ball, in order to stop right here, I actually have to slow down. So I go here and slow down. Okay? So remember what I said a few minutes ago about going right through the ball. So I need to hit the ball without slowing down. The ball is going to strike, and after it strikes, it's going to slow down a little bit, and then I'm going to decelerate slowly. Okay? So I have acceleration, strike. Once it strikes, it's going to decelerate. I'm not going to decelerate right away. I'm going to decelerate for as long as possible. The longer the deceleration, the better it's going to be. If I'm throwing a ball, I throw the ball, I release it, and then I continue. This continuation right here is my follow through, also known as my deceleration. So we need to make sure that when we're serving, that we actually follow through. If we stop here, there's a high chance that the ball is going to go in the net. And even if we hit the ball up, we're not generating enough power. So we need to make sure that we follow through. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way through. So I'm going to strike the ball and hit the ball and continue all the way through. So I'm going to go all the way through until I get to this spot right here. I'm tossing the ball a little bit low here so that I can do this without falling down and doing it slowly so that you can see. Otherwise, it'll be too quickly if I go up too high. So we pick our spot, we go up, and we follow through all the way through. And that's going to help us to generate accuracy, some power, and control. So we get into this position here, up, strike the ball, and continue all the way until the racket gets here, or your shoulder points towards the side. Hope you enjoyed this video on the follow through. We need to make sure that we do follow through. We strike the ball and go right through the ball. We don't want to just hit the ball and stop. That's not going to generate any power for us. It may create some accuracy, but usually ends up being that we hit the ball in the net. And I will talk to you guys about a video about the net. We have to avoid the net at all costs. The good thing about the serve is you get two chances, so if you hit the ball in the net, it's not too big of a chance, but the second serve, for sure, we need to make sure we avoid the net. And a lot of times, like I said, when we don't follow through, we lose that consistency by hitting balls in the net. Okay? The other thing that we do with it is that when I slow down, I actually tense up. So it creates a lot of stress in my arm. So when I come up and I stop right here, I'm creating a lot of stress in my arm. So I tighten up at contact or tighten up just before contact because I'm trying to, in my mind, I've decided to follow through somewhere here, consciously or not. So I end up tensing up and finishing in this spot right here. Once again, thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
For more information on Carlbo Tennis, visit www.carlbotennis.com. If you wish to email Coach Robert, please do so at robert@carlbotennis.com or visit his Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Carlbo Tennis. Tennis for the people.